Hello, YouTubers, and welcome back to another episode of The Grandstand here on the Ohio Patriot Education Network YouTube channel. I'm, as always, your host, AR, the Ohio Patriot, with some very good news for today's stream, which is that I finally found out who the fucking leftist cunts are behind the one person, one vote attack ad for the August 8th election. And shocker, it's 100% fucking Democrat, progressive, communist, pieces of fucking shit terrorists in the state. Just like I thought they were. These fuckers want to sit there and claim to be grassroots and fucking bipartisan. Y'all fucking cocksuckers ain't grassroots or bipartisan. You know how I know that? Because I'm fucking grassroots, motherfucker. Because I am an actual person on the right who knows your leftist bullshit, who knows your fucking leftist lies, who will call you out in your shit every fucking day because I used to be one of you fucking people, man. That's exactly what it is at the end of the day. I know you because I was you. And I woke the fuck up to your commie bullshit decades ago, and that's why I'm at where I'm at right now in this country's history. Because I wasn't stupid enough to vote Democrat until I'm dead, and even beyond that. So, anyway, we're going to discuss some of this stuff, because obviously the best part of this whole thing is the main woman behind this, named Janice Brock. I think that's how I pronounce her first name is Janice. It's spelled really weird, though. But yeah, she sits there and tries to claim to be partisan or nonpartisan or, grassroots, whatever the case be. This bitch literally used to be part of the Democrat Black Caucus of the state of Ohio. She was the one that ran this stuff as like deputy director. Are you fucking kidding me, lady? You ain't nonpartisan, bipartisan, whatever the fuck the case be, or grassroots, bitch. You are 100% sucking fucking Amelia Sykes' dick this entire time. And I almost guarantee some of these fucking people, like this Chris guy I'm gonna talk about here in a minute, I almost guarantee this guy is a fucking Soros shill. You remember those green hat sons of bitches that always bail out Antifa BLM terrorists every time they commit riots in this country now in the last 5 to 10 years or so? Pretty sure that the org this guy works for is that fucking group, honestly. Is those fucking green hat commies is what it is, dude. They're the Lawyers Guild of America type people and stuff like that. So, anyway, wouldn't surprise me, or at least some, like, it might not be like those Lawyers Guild of America people or whatever the case be, but it might be like some, like, offshoot chapter of that or something like that is what it is. So, anyway, yeah, these people are all sacks of shit, though, man. And I'm so glad I finally found out who the fuck they are, because I can now call them out every single day now, on every single stream I do from now on, all the way to August 8th. And hopefully people wake up to this shit, man, and understand that this is not fucking bipartisan shit. This is 100% the Democrat Party of the state of Ohio trying to fuck over the rights of the rest of Ohioans. It's them trying to fuck over every constitutional right that we have currently in this state. It's them trying to fuck over our ability to actually have an actual majority, being 3/5 majority, to change our state constitution instead of a 50% plus a single fucking vote, which they could easily do when they're doing massive voter fraud all the time. You can't sit here and tell me people couldn't easily, redo a shitload of ballots again, or sit there and, the other way around for that matter, go and fucking, just have a bunch of their fucking Democrat people be the ones vote counting and stuff like that and just rip off a bunch of fucking Republican ballots or something like that, dude. It'd be very easy to do that stuff. It's not like it hasn't been done before, won't be done again, honestly. And that's the entire point. So no, we do not need to have a 50% plus one vote is what it is. We need to have 60% period. Honestly, if it was up to me, I'd say 75%, truthfully. Because that's the thing. It should be hard as fuck to change even a state constitution. It should not be an easy thing to do. Because again, you shouldn't need to do that stuff because you should actively be working with people in the General Assembly to pass whatever. And that's the thing. Of course they're not going to pass fucking child death amendments. Of course they're not going to pass child sterilization amendments, you fucking idiots. Which is exactly what the damn shit in November is supposed to be, that stupid ballot there. Which, by the way, as of today, as of this morning, was the final day that two things were submitted today, actually, for the November ballot, which is basically the baby killing amendment / child sterilization amendment. The other one was for recreational weed in Ohio. So, yeah, good luck on both those fuckers, because probably neither one was going to pass, honestly, which I have no problem with having recreational weed in the state, honestly. That's one thing, if I actually was a sitting governor, I probably would just do it by fucking executive order, if that'd be the case then. Just because I think we do need to have that anyway, and it's fucking stupid to not have... First of all, it's really fucking dumb to not have a state that could easily support itself with things like that, If you're not going to do manufacturing here again, then let's fucking do something else for that matter. Let's do grow operations, etc., dude. Let's make some money that way. And it's fucking dumb to sit here and try to, you know, throw up people on charges and stuff like that for bullshit charges when you should not catch charges simply because you want to have a joint and a firearm together. It's absolute bullshit, dude. And that is the biggest problem I have with the federal government right now when they have marijuana specifically listed as a Schedule 1 narcotic, which is absolute bullshit and totally unconstitutional for that matter. You know, and I've said it before, I'll say it again, dude. Do people really think the founding fathers were sober when they went to war with the British government, when they went to war with the British Empire back in 1776? Hell no, bro. They were high as fuck. You had to be high as fuck and probably drunk as hell too, for that matter, to be like, all right, it's fucking revolution time, bitches. Or it was really hot, one of the two, you know? Because that's the thing. Heat does things to people that'll make them all nuts too as well. But anyway, I also wouldn't be surprised, going back to what I was saying a minute ago, though, with these people that are behind the one person, one vote BS org. Guarantee that they are Soros shills, no matter what. Wouldn't be surprised in the least if they had direct ties to Antifa and BLM terrorism in 2020 and even before that, for that matter. So, anyway. So basically, for those interested in how I found this out, I kept looking this shit up in the last few days of what it was. Kept looking up the one person, one vote thing and throwing different things about Ohio in there and stuff like that. And finally, as of this morning, about a half hour or so ago, I was finally able to get this piece of thing, which was basically a Supreme Court decision where they were trying to sue Frank LaRose back in May of this year. And as it says, regulators, one person, one vote, Janice Brock, Brent Edwards, and Christopher Turner seek a writ of mandatorus ordering recipients, Secretary of State Frank LaRose, to remove proposed constitutional amendment, Senate Joint Resolution 2 from August 8th ballot. So, anyway, I guarantee there's more people than just these three assholes behind that group is what it is, but I'm guaranteeing they're the top three is what it is. So we're going to talk about them today because that's the only ones who know for a fact they're here. So starting out, we're going to talk about Janice here, like I said a minute ago. So basically, looking up her name, found this fucking thing called OhioOrganizing.org, which I guarantee is a hardcore Democrat group, where she is the policy and advocacy director of this. Says Janice Therese Brock was born and raised in Akron, Ohio, and is currently the policy and advocating director at the Ohio Organizing Collective. That sounds like a communist collective, by the way. Wouldn't be surprised she was a fucking commie. So she previously served as the deputy director of the Ohio House Democratic Caucus, overseeing 97 legislative races. So basically, she was trying to put Democrats into power in the state of Ohio at a state level, is what it was for the House. So Janice is an advocate for the design and enhancement of policies that improve and protect the well-being of underserved communities, and previously worked for Minority Behavioral Health Group, which I'm pretty sure is also another one of these like Soros-backed leftist terrorist groups and stuff like that, to address health disparities in Summit County. She earned a master's degree in health sciences with an emphasis on urban health and healthcare administration from Cleveland State University. So, obviously, a hardcore black supremacist. That's what we can see about that right now, dude. I've talked about people before. You look at her, honestly, looking at her picture, she looks like she's the fucking first cousin of Amelia Sykes, if not the younger sister of Amelia Sykes, for God's sakes. If you look at a picture of Amelia Sykes versus this chick, and actually I'm going to pull up a picture of Amelia Sykes right now, because they look like the same fucking person, honestly. Or damn close to it anyway. So yeah, we got... Actually, she also kind of looks like Nina Turner a little bit too, for that matter. So she might be related to one or both of them, actually, for that matter. But yeah, so we got... right now. So you got Janice's picture right there, and then we got a picture of... Sorry, trying to do like 10 things at once here. And then we got a picture of Amelia Sykes there. Yeah, she looks like Amelia Sykes, bro. 100%. 100% that woman looks like Amelia Sykes. So, anyway, not surprised at all by that one. And that's the thing, right? These are the same pieces of shit, by the way, that have the ears of these state lawmakers and stuff like that, these Democrat females. that are always bitching and moaning about race this, race that, playing the race card as much as they can, because they don't have any actual fucking argument against anything is what it is, man. So they're all like, it's just like Janine Boyd a few years ago when we passed the heartbeat bill here. She was all like, oh, but you should totally allow black women to have abortions still because slavery. Like, what the fuck kind of nonsense is that, bitch? How the fuck is slavery a argument to allow permanent ending of human life? The fact that Janine Boyd wasn't booted the fuck out of our state house that day is everything wrong with the state currently, honestly, dude. I swear to God. And I think the only reason they didn't throw her out of the state house then is because she probably hasn't turned on some people where she probably would have taken down some Republicans in the process because they're all a bunch of corrupt criminals on both sides of the aisle is what it is, dude. Not every single one of them, obviously, but if it was up to me right now, I'd say there's about 50 to 55 people currently in the Ohio State House and about another 20 or so, give or take, in the Ohio State Senate currently. That would probably be tossed out of office immediately because they're all corrupt-ass motherfuckers doing pay-to-play scandals and bribery scandals and a bunch of other shit. Probably sex scandals on some of them is what it is, too, just like with that piece of shit Peterson recently, giving Grimm and Brewer and all these other assholes, fucking Jessica Miranda's another one of them he gave to. The anti-gun shit with, safe storage laws and red flag laws and shit like that, even though they're completely unconstitutional, would never hold muster. And the fact that, again, this is one thing that pisses me off about Clarence Thomas and the Supreme Court right now, actually, is that how the fuck have red flag laws not been deemed unconstitutional now, seeing as how they've existed since 1999, dude? You first had Connecticut, I believe, was the one that did it after Columbine, and then it wasn't until early 2018 you had it kick off like crazy after Parkland there in Florida. But yeah, it's like, how the fuck is that shit not deemed unconstitutional now after like basically 7 or about 5 years or so of hardcore bullshit right now? So, with a bunch of states doing unconstitutional stuff to pass the shit. So anyway, so to continue on with the rest of this though, so we had that Janice Brock woman. Then we got Brent Edwards, who was the second name on that list for the one person, one vote group. That dude right there, this guy, honestly, this Brent Edwards guy, looks like every dude ever caught in a child sex thing in the state of Ohio right now. I swear to God, man. Like, he looks like every white dude who was ever caught in one of them stings for either child sex trafficking stuff, child sex stings, or some kind of prostitution sting in the state of Ohio. Like, he just looks like a creepy fucker in general. And then, of course, he uses he, him as his fucking bio pronouns there. Which, anybody that puts that shit at, like, your preferred fucking gender pronouns, dude, in any kind of a fucking bio, you're fucking retarded, number one. And number two, you're clearly an SJW piece of shit is what it is, dude. But as it says here, it says, Brett Edwards is a political campaign professional located in Cincinnati, Ohio. He believes in the power of organizing to enable everyday people to create change in their communities. In his role as ruralorganizing.org, he is responsible for community building in rural areas so that the local leaders can be empowered to make, and I quote, positive, progressive change. So he's literally a male version of AOC is what it is. So is that fucking Brock woman. She's a black version of AOC is what it is. So, yeah, just a bunch of leftist assholes, a bunch of communist pieces of shit is what it is, dude. And then he's on here and says, Brent is specifically passionate about tackling housing instability and has pushed for the solutions to make safe, dignified housing in reach of all citizens or all residents. He attended Xavier University, graduating with a bachelor's degree in political science, not surprising, 2013, master's in business administration, 2017. He's involved in the Cincinnati community through serving as an elected Central Committee member of the Hamilton County Democratic Party. Shocker. As I called it, they're all leftists, dude. They always are. Position he's held since 2016. He is, in his free time, can be found traveling at local restaurants and at his home with wife and their cats. Oh my fucking God, dude. Of course they list their cats. Don't list their kids, but they list their cats because they don't have any kids, dude. That's what it is. These people never have children. That's what it is, man. They never have kids, and that's why they want to kill off yours. Because they're going to be the dying final generation of their fucking bloodline, and they want to make sure nobody else has a bloodline after that either, for that matter. So, yeah. Fuck you, Brent Edwards, you sack of shit. Fucking scumbag. Honestly, if that Brent guy was arrested tomorrow on pedophile charges in the state, it wouldn't surprise me in the least, dude. I swear to fucking God. And then finally, the third and final jackass we're going to talk about in this quick episode today is Chris Tavenner, Associate General Counsel and Managing Director of Democratic Policy. So that's the Associate General Counsel, so basically a lawyer, and Managing Director of Democrat Policy. Chris leads the OEC's fight for the healthy democracy while providing essential legal support for all sections of the organizing. So basically, like I said, this guy is essentially like a mini Lawyers Guild of America person is what he is. Because it's basically his job to go out there and, all of our Antifa and BLM terrorist buddies got arrested for doing terrorist shit at the State House 3 years ago. Oh, let's go bail fund them out of jail. Hey, Kamala, you got some money for us? Okay, cool. Here's the paychecks. It wouldn't be surprising, at least, if I did more deep digging on these fucking people when they were all Soros paid shells for that matter, too, man. Because they almost always are. They're always puppets of fucking globalists almost all the time anymore in this country, dude. Either directly or indirectly, for that matter, whether it be a Bloomberg proxy, whether it be a Soros proxy, whatever the case be. But anyway, he's on here and said they also coordinate the OEC's Law Center, including the annual Ohio Public Interest Environmental Law Conference and our Legal Interns program. Over the past 5 years, that Chris guy has represented the organizing before the Ohio Supreme Court. So basically, he's a lawyer for the shit. Okay, so that's what it is. So the other two were the technical plaintiffs. He's basically the lawyer guy that was involved in that one person, one vote thing is what it was. Makes sense. Anyway, talk about public utilities, Ohio Sitting Board, federal energy regulatory commissions, et cetera, et cetera. So yeah, basically just three douchebags is what it is, dude. And of course, when you look at the shit they're all behind here, Inflation Reduction Act, invest big in climate action. So they're climate change assholes. House Joint Resolution 1 story continues with the preceded August special election. The attacks on our democracy continue with House Joint Resolution 1. Through Big and Little Derby Creeks, Ohio could get its first outstanding national resource water destination. The state of redistricting, so they're all about redistricting Ohio blue again, is what it is. So we were watching Ohio Redistricting Commission very closely, et cetera, et cetera. Yeah, it's all a bunch of shit, dude. It's all leftist, progressive, commie bullshit is what it is, dude, at the end of the fucking day. And I'm sick and tired of all of it, man. And I'll tell you what, it's good to know exactly the three cocksuckers I'm going to be suing the shit out of if issue 1 doesn't pass in the state and they have this fucking abortion bullshit pass in November is what it is. Which, not even sure if they got the numbers today or not. I'm about to find out later here. Might just do that right now, actually, real quick. See if they actually got the numbers here or not. I don't know. It might not be done completely today is what it is. So look up Ohio November ballot issues. Okay, let's see here. Does anybody have anything right now? News 2023 is what I actually want. Let's see here. Ohio abortion 2023 ballot. Okay, so these assholes might have their numbers, unfortunately, from what I'm seeing right now, because we got, just go ahead and pull this up real quick. They supposedly submitted double the numbers that they needed, according to this AP article. Nearly double needed signatures for a fall ballot measure. Groups hoping to enshrine abortion rights into Ohio's Constitution delivered nearly double the number of needed signatures to put it on the ballot, aiming to signal sweeping widespread support for an issue that still faces the threat of needing a significantly increased victory margin. Ohioans United for Reproductive Rights, aka Baby Killers all over the state of Ohio, said they dropped off more than 700,000 petition signatures on Wednesday to Ohio Secretary of State Frank LaRosa's office. They need 413,446 to be valid. So hopefully they can't get that many, dude, is what it is. And that's the thing, right? Okay, so here's the thing, right? Ohio has nearly 8 million voters. 8 million people that could be registered voters right now, dude. They couldn't even get an eighth of them to back their abortion bullshit, to sign these fucking retarded signatures. And who the fuck's to say that 700,000 that submitted and stuff like that, there ain't double or triple signatures from the same assholes in that, dude. So it could even be like 1/3 of that, for God's sakes. It could be like 250,000 or something that's actually valid then. Who knows? Hopefully that's what it is, honestly. I'm like fingers crossed right now that half those aren't even valid at this point, dude. Because that's the thing, right? Even if half aren't even valid, let's go ahead and say, let's say this, right? So they submitted about 700,000, give or take. If they only have like 350,000 that are valid, they don't even make the ballot in November, dude. They don't even make the ballot by like about what is it, like 65, 70,000 almost. There's what it is, 63,000, something like that. So yeah, needless to say, fingers crossed, man. Fingers crossed. Come on, God, don't want to make their fucking signatures happen. And it won't be an issue then. So anyway, we'll see. Only time will tell. Even if it does make the ballot, dude, again, still, we could easily take it down by making it do a 60% with issue 1 then. So fingers crossed issue 1 passes. Fingers crossed they don't even make the fucking ballot then for that. And honestly, what that tells me is anywhere from 400,000 to 700,000 people in the state don't have voting rights ever again is what it is, dude. Because if you're going to use your fucking voting rights to try to immediately end human life of the next generation, you don't need to have the ability to ever have any kind of vote in the state or this country. End of story. And it's as simple as that. So anyway, needless to say, we'll see what happens here. I'll keep you all apprised of what's going on here is what it is. Maybe we'll do Freedom Friday about it this weekend if we actually have the numbers and stuff in or not. But yeah, only time will tell. Knowing some of these people, though, and that's the thing, right? This is the problem I have, though. It depends on who in LaRosa's office is going to be the ones actually doing the counting of these signatures to see if they're valid or not, dude. Because it could be some leftist assholes basically just throwing some extras in there and stuff like that for all the fuck we know. Which I would like to point something out, too, by the way. As far as I'm aware right now, these people have like 10 more days after this right now to put in like more shit is what it is. That would be another thing that with the August special election, if it actually does get issue 1 passed through, that today would have been the final day for them to put anything in there is what it is. As it should be. Because it's like, dude, it's the filing deadline. You don't have a fucking extension after that. Fuck you. It's just like the same thing with voting. If it's going to be November 8th, you know, August 14th, whatever the fuck the case be, is August 8th, you know, or whatever the actual like first Tuesday after every November would be then for the, you know, general elections and stuff like that. It should be that day only. You don't have fucking votes being counted after that day, man. It's either you get them in before that day or on that day or get fucked is what it is. Honestly, like tough shit, dude. And that was the biggest thing going down to Georgia there, you know, with Stacey Abrams' ass back in 2018. She tried to pull that shit, man, where they were finding fucking ballot boxes in various cars at fucking airports and stuff like that around the state of Georgia. And they're like, oh, we need to submit these ballots now. And it's like, the fucking election's over, bitch. You lost by a lot. So it's like, fuck you, Stacey. The fact that she's not in jail, honestly, right now for massive voter fraud is absolutely everything wrong with the country currently. Same thing with a lot of these other Democrats, for that matter. So, anyway. But yeah, so needless to say, abortionists got about 700,000. We'll find out if any or all of them are actually even fucking legal signatures or not right now. Because for all we know, even like half of them aren't even fucking legal right now, or it's like double signatures or something like that. So, yeah, only time will tell. So, fingers crossed you don't make the threshold right now. My thing is, fingers crossed you only got about 300,000 or less that are even fucking valid right now. And it's just a bunch of duplicates and like triplicates and stuff like that of other people that have signed at multiple places or whatever then. Not even realizing like, oh yeah, I've already signed once. Let me go ahead and sign again or a third time. Honestly, I'd love to see one where it's just like a bunch of fake names on there, like Seymour Butts, Alcoholic, dick goes in ya, stuff like that. So anyway, I wouldn't be surprised if somebody did it, honestly. I'm not gonna lie, I totally would have if I was one of those people, man. Like one of those troll teenagers and stuff like that. I would have totally done that shit. But that's just me, though. So that being said, obviously I didn't do that. Just so we're clear on that one. I never signed any of that stupid shit, dude. I never would. Why would I even fucking bother to deal with these assholes? Thankfully, I never saw them out there doing their little signature gathering, which I'm guessing is by design, honestly, because when you look at who the signature gatherers were and stuff like that, dude, it was the major cities, guarantee it. It was the Columbus, it was the Cincinnati, it was the Cleveland, Toledo, Dayton, probably Akron, maybe into Canton and stuff like that to some extent. You know, the 7 major Democrat hell pockets of the state right now. And then, of course, you got, Lima, Ohio. That's another one of these fucking places that's basically Democrat hellhole. You got Athens, Ohio. That whole fucking county area is pretty much a Democrat shithole that voted Hillary Clinton in 2016 and 2022, if I'm not mistaken. Or no, sorry, they voted Hillary in 2016, they voted Biden in 2020. And they wonder why they're still poor as fuck right now, dude. They wonder why they are some of the poorest area of Ohio currently. And it's like, it's not that hard to figure out, dude. Stop voting Democrat for life, and you're going to fucking change things real quick is what it is. You're actually going to bring prosperity to your lives by voting either third party or voting Republican in or whatever the case be. So, anyway. That being said, that's pretty much where we're at for the day, though. Yeah, nice to know who the actual threat to America is right now and the threat to Ohio is. And it's a bunch of douchebags named Janice Brock, Chris Turnier, and Brent Edwards. So that's who's behind the one person, one vote attack ad going all over Ohio TVs right now. Which the fact that you even have cable stations allow them to do ad buys like that is absolute bullshit entirely. And at this point, honestly, I would be okay with the state of Ohio spending taxpayer money to run their own ad, for that matter. Just calling these people out by name and be like, you want to know who the people are behind this ad? These are who these fucking people are. And it's like, progressive this, progressive that, communist this, communist that. I'll tell you what, if I had $1 million right now that I could just piss away, if I hit that lottery here, I would do that immediately, man. It would be brought to you by Ohio Patriot Education Network. And it would be my ass buying the fucking ad is what it would be. So, unfortunately, I don't have that money, so I can't do that. But, yeah, wouldn't be surprised in the least if a lot of campaign funds were pissed away and embezzled and misused and stuff like that to do these attack ads, actually. Wouldn't be surprising, at least, man. It was all Democrat Party money then from, like, Act Blue and shit like that. All the, actual money laundering cash that was used with Soros and company when they had BLM terrorism funded to Act Blue back in the 2020 election cycle and 2022 election cycle as well, for that matter. And then you wonder why BLM's going broke now, and they're pretty much going bankrupt when they embezzled a shitload of cash, committed money laundering, everything else like that. And should be in prison right now on RICO Act charges for allowing their fucking family and friends to profiteer off the shit, dude. And not only that, but also the Democrat Party to profiteer off the whole thing as well with the fundraising crap after their rioting in 2020 there. So anyway, but yeah, that's pretty much right for the day, though. I will be back probably tomorrow. Not sure yet. I'm thinking about just doing like a Thursday show that's like not political on this channel, but I'm not sure if I want to do one like that or not yet. I can talk about fishing and stuff like that. But maybe do like, instead of Fishing Friday, do like Fishing Thursday or something like that, where we just talk about fishing and stuff. Or even just Gun Talk Thursday or something like that, maybe for like 20 minutes to a half hour or so. And maybe an hour for that matter. I might do something like that, actually. Just do like Gun Talk Thursday or something like that, and just have like, Corey or whoever else on a panel then for that day, that afternoon, or whatever it's going to be then, if they're available, and we just shoot the shit about guns and 2A wins and stuff like that we've had for the week or the month or whatever it is then. So just spitballing right now on that one. Just spitballing while looking in the mirror, or looking in the camera mirror for the 2A shirt back there. I really need to get another one of these, by the way. If anybody knows a place that sells this exact shirt, but in like a 4, 5, or 6X, please let me know, because I want to buy one. That's a bigger size, because unfortunately this one right here is like, I think it's a 3X at most, which they say 3X, but in reality, a lot of these are more like 2.5X or so. And yeah, needless to say, it does not fit me properly. It makes me all crunched up and just doesn't feel right on my body is what it is. Versus the shirt I have on right now is a 6X, and it's nice and, baggy and stuff like that. I can actually flexibly move really easily and stuff like that with my arthritis issues. And just better off overall then. So, anyway. But, yeah, either way, that's where we're at for the day. So glad I was able to find out these fucking scumbags behind the one person, one vote BS attack ad. And nice to know who I can sue in the future if anything does go down. So, anyway, till later. I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye.